We do not have a 24-hour sun in the south.
The 24-hour sun in Antarctica doesn't work on a flat Earth. On a flat Earth, you can't have a 24-hour sun, a midnight sun in Antarctica. And I totally agree.
In the flat Earth model, we say there isn't a 24-hour sun in the south, and there isn't.
There is no midnight sun in Antarctica.
Well, hi everyone, this is Bob the Science Guy. Today I want to follow up on my video from yesterday, and by the way, thank you very much. It got tremendous response, over 20,000 views. Today I want to talk about the response of Nathan to Austin coming on to his Discord server. Now, Austin came to the Flat Earth Debate channel in an attempt to try and cope with the findings that he had down in Antarctica, where he specifically saw a 24-hour sun that he didn't think was going to occur. Now he realizes that the Gleason ice wall map of the flat Earth simply is not going to work, and he's trying desperately to come up with a new model for the flat Earth. And he came over to the scholars at Flat Earth Debate to see if they had any suggestions for him. Then Nathan showed up. Let's go ahead and see what he had to say.
Why? Do you want our feedback? You're going to go out there and get ridiculed and mocked. I mean, I've already decried you as being a representative of myself. So, you want our feedback? Oh, you did terribly. This will look awful when you go out. If you go out, they'll be mocking you severely. But you can go on the road, do your positive spin train, tell everybody that this is a good thing. It isn't. It doesn't affect us here in the slightest. It affects you greatly. You look absolutely terrible. But I'd already made my conclusions about you. I'd already made my conclusions about this experiment about 12 months ago when it first was described. We broke down the fallacies for it, pointed out on both sides the fallacies that were being used, how inconsequential it was to us, and then went about our day telling people how Earth's measured flat. That's what we did. In between, we told you don't represent us.
That's what I did too, dude. That's cool, man.
In between, we told you don't represent us. Because what you'll do to explain this... I'm still talking. I listened for a prolonged period. You can just chill. Just simmer down, Witsit. It's all over, son. For you.
But you're just talking shit. I don't have to be in here. Okay, you're irrelevant to me. So if you want to talk shit to me, that's why. Okay, I will. And you just sit here and be irrelevant again.
Okay,
you're super toxic.
You put your positive. I'll simmer down. You put your positive spin on how well this went. I'll chill down. You carry on.
Well, Oakley, if you're pissed that I went down there and saw that, then you're not a truther.
I'm not at all pissed.
That simple.
No, I'm not.
Well, let's just say that there's no love lost there. Austin going down to Antarctica to actually test a flat Earth versus globe model is a really bad thing because we all knew how it was going to turn out. The Earth obviously is a globe, and it was not going to work out well for the flat earthers. Now, I have my suspicions about Nathan. Nathan is a trained actor, and I suspect that he is playing a role for the weak-minded. He's making some money off of it, but in the end, he knows the Earth is a globe just as much as I do, and he has demonstrated this in the past. So when Austin was going down there, Nathan already knew what was going to happen, and it was not going to be a good thing for the flat Earth. So he went after Austin. But you know, even though Nathan is quite well known for his toxic personality, Austin wasn't going to stand for that. Let's have a listen.
Like, Oakley, why do you have to be so toxic? Like, you understand that I'm coming here asking you guys what you want me to say. You can say you don't care. Well, that makes you a retard because you should care, because regardless, I'm going to be there and ask the questions. So I'm asking you to give me your feedback, and I will try to integrate it into what I say if I think that it is the right thing to say. This is me being humble, not a douchebag like yourself. You should try it. You should try being honest and not being and having some empathy and not constantly being a douchebag to everyone.
Thanks for the advice.
Well, good for Austin for standing up for himself. Now the Empire strikes back. Nathan is just going to absolutely unload on him. Austin is coming here trying to get some help with this problem that he's got, that Flat Earth now has, and Nathan's not going to hear anything about it. Let's have a little flerf on flerf action.
No, we gave you
You're welcome, bro.
We gave you advice before you went.
What was the advice that I shouldn't have gone?
No. No. As I say, good. I'm pleased you've gone. Enjoy the ridicule you will now receive when you go on these big channels you've got lined up. You'll be there to be ridiculed. And when you offer your answer, which you've given us thus far as making up a load of new shite, I'll enjoy them ridiculing you for it. Because what you've just told us is you'll make up a load of shite with a new model that can explain it. Okay, I look forward to hearing it.
Well, that's actually not what I said. What I asked was what you guys think. Should
okay.
I
My
even
bad.
address
Sorry.
the phenomena
You did.
as
Sorry.
to how it's possible?
Sorry, you did.
No, that's not what happened. That's not. That's why you're censoring me, because I'm about to point out that you just lied. So I did not say. I specifically said I'm trying to decide exactly how to go about it, and I would appreciate feedback from everyone because I can explain it, but the only way I can explain it is to step into the little Earth's a model game. And I intend on my first response to be Earth's not a model. And you
No,
know,
went to Antarctica.
people believed in the globe. People
Witsit.
believed in the globe model.
Yeah.
And then they tested it
You want
and they
ice
saw,
cream?
okay, the Earth measures flat, the globe's not
No.
true. And then they just
Okay.
moved right into a
fair
new model, which was given to us as a deception. And so I don't understand how this, like, why would you? I guess I'm kind of confused. Like, I don't know why we wouldn't work together. And, you know, I find it lame. And you know, and you make it hard. You make it hard to, like,
Bless. You want us to work together? Nah, get lost. You don't represent us. We've already told you that. When we've tried to help you in advance of you doing this disastrous event, you've scorned me and called me a grifter, end quote you. So get lost. Enjoy the absolute deserving ridicule that you'll now receive on that circuit that you'll give us the receipts for. I'll count them off as they mock you and ridicule you as you babble shit trying to explain this. This, for us, is absolutely and utterly inconsequential. I've got more popular as a result. Hasn't been of any detriment,
Exactly,
quite
dude.
the
We'll get more
reverse.
subs, man. We will get more subs.
right, I got a
off
phone
of this one off these big shows, man.
Bye. Enjoy the mocking, ridicule spin train that you're on.
You know, after a considerable absence, my friend Conspiracy Catz came back and made a video about the final experiment. And one of the things that he talked about specifically was Jaren, of Jarenism. And the point that he made in that video, and I'll put a link to it in the description, is that Jarenism had a very large channel. And he used that channel not for good, but to train an entire group of flat earthers in the denial of evidence. And now this is going to come back and haunt him, because these same flat earthers that he trained on his channel are now going to come back and say that it was all done in a studio because they couldn't see his breath when he was breathing out in Antarctica. Now, Nathan Oakley is in a similar position. Although he's got a moderate-sized channel, as I do, he's got a rather popular flat earth quote-unquote debate channel. And he likes to bring guests on and berate them, as he's done so far with Austin. But more importantly, he has set up his entire script to make people discount evidence. Again, we're dealing with the characteristics of science denial here. You know, there are 5 characteristics according to Dr. Lee McIntyre. The first is cherry picking, and we've seen that. Conspiratorial thinking, promotion of fake experts over real experts, poor deductive reasoning, and an inappropriate expectation of perfection from science. Now here we have very poor deductive reasoning. Nathan's trying to put a spin on this, claiming that it's no big deal, when the 24-hour Antarctic sun is devastating to the Gleason ice wall model of the flat Earth. And again, they're trying to do this, well, we don't have a model, so therefore our claims are not testable. We can just make the claims, and if we say them, they're true. It doesn't work that way, son. So while you can go ahead and kick Witsit to the curb, as we expected you to do, it doesn't change the fact that he went down and saw this with his own eyes. And already, large numbers of people from the flat Earth are contacting Will Duffy and others about how this made a big difference in their view on the flat Earth. They're no longer flat earthers. So far from helping your cause, this is devastating to your cause. And it's going to get worse because, as you correctly point out, because Austin's going to come up with some derpity-derp model. And when Austin talks on YouTube, people listen to him. And he's going to come up with this derpity-derp model that somehow explains what he saw with his own eyes. And it's not going to go well for you. Because now we're going to get conflicting derpity-derp models of the flat Earth. And we're going to have flat earthers arguing against each other and tearing themselves apart. So although the science done on this expedition was rather significant, the fact that you guys are going to destroy yourself from within is going to be the end of flat Earth as we know it. There'll still be some hangouts, I'm sure, and I'm sure that you'll continue your acting gig. You're going to revise your script a little bit to try and continue to maintain your position as Flerf Daddy. But over the last few years, your influence has dropped greatly. Your regulars are now gone, and you're bringing in new weak minds to agree with you and tell you you're the best thing since sliced bread. Not going to work, kiddo. So, this is Bob the Science Guy, signing out for now. Make sure, if you want, you can support my observatory and our telescope fund. The link to the Patreon is right in the description. And I'll see you again soon. Take care, guys.